Hey you guys, what's up? It's your girl Tay, and I am back for a Black Ink Crew Chicago review, season 1, episode 4. Is this episode 4? I don't know. It'll be in the description for whatever episode this is. But so we get Charmaine, Kat, and Danielle meeting up, and they're talking about what happened the night before with Ashley and Dawn, and basically Charmaine was asking, like, if you was in Ashley's position or whatever, like, what would you do? Basically saying what would they do, and I think Danielle had answered and was saying like, I would cuss my nigga out. Basically the same thing I said last week. Had that been me and Don would have had a ball out fallout. Fuck Charmaine. Me and Don would have had a ball out fallout because once again, like I said, your nigga is the one who owes you loyalty at the end of the day. And then on top of that, Charmaine didn't know because we all know he presented the situation to her like as if y'all wasn't together. You know what I'm saying? And then we get a scene with Don, Four, and Van, and they're talking about it. And of course, Don is still lying and shit. But Van is not completely convinced. He feels that, him and Charmaine did do something, and of course Four, because Don is his brother, he's gonna take his word for it. But I mean, he still asks Don anyway, like, did y'all fuck? And of course Don still lying and saying no, we ain't do nothing. It's like, why continue to lie when the cat is out the bag? Like, I don't be understanding that with niggas. Like, the shit is out there and y'all still want to lie. For what? Like, that shit just makes the situation completely worse. Like, seriously. So what's up next? We get Ryan. He's still taking shit out on people, especially Charmaine. We all know Charmaine has been kind of his biggest target so far on taking shit out on. And he's basically saying like, you need to be doing your job. When I ask you to do something, you need to do it. And then Charmaine, she's, basically saying like, well, everybody else around here plays around too, and you just coming at me and everything, and this, that, and third. So, whatever. Moving on from that, because I ain't care about that scene too much. We get Kat and Danielle. Danielle meets up with Kat. She comes to her house and everything, and Kat has a moment. Her ex ends up calling her and everything, and she's all emotional talking to Danielle, and Kat is feeling overwhelmed. Like, she still misses dude and everything. She still cares about him or whatever, and I understand. I do. But just, you gotta know that you can't go back to that. Because if the nigga did you dirty before, he gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? So, Danielle was basically, telling her, like, saying that, the nigga did some fucked up shit to Kat. And, and basically got her mind fucked up and everything. And Danielle, you could tell Danielle's like one of those real good friends, because she started tearing up, and I'm kind of the same way sometimes. Like, my friend is crying and stuff like that, sometimes I start tearing up too, because it's just, you hate to see your friend crying and being hurt in that moment or whatever. And Kat was basically saying like, the conversation was just for closure of everything that happened between them. So moving on from that, oh no, before I move on, I'm sorry. Danielle's basically telling her, you need to stop pushing Four away and everything, and how four, Kat is basically saying that, four, fucks around with different females, this, that, and the third. And Danielle's like, but you're a different type of chick, he's not going to treat you like that and everything, da da. Which may be true. Maybe Ford would treat her right because he sees something differently. I mean, I'm the type of person where if he did it to one bitch, he'll do it to another. You know what I'm saying? But there are some dudes that they had that one female that really will make them change. But you got plenty of dudes. It don't matter how good the female is, they'll still sit up here and fuck around on her and everything. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Kat just needs to be by herself right now because she still don't really have it all together to be trying to be in a relationship. I mean, I think she should have fun right now. And when I say fun, I don't mean that she need to be sitting up here being like her friend Charmaine and fucking motherfuckers. Ain't trying to throw no shade, but I'm just saying. Just go out and just date people. Just have a good time. Just get to know people. I don't think she really needs to be focusing on doing something serious as of right now. But, yeah, so now, moving on from that, we have everyone except for Don. And, Van, he's explaining his, court situation to everybody. The jail situation to everybody, and everyone's sad about it and everything because they're like Van is a good dude, and him being away from his daughter and all this stuff. And like I said, Van, he really does seem like he's a good dude. He's made mistakes in the past that now he might have to pay for, but like I said before, I understand him carrying the gun in a way for protection because he was robbed before, but at the same time being out there in Chicago is already a lot of violence out there, and just carrying a gun, illegally is just, but it's just, it's just not good. It's a bad look, but yeah, he's basically saying he might have to do 18 months in there, and I don't know why my voice cracking up. I ain't about to be crying over this shit, but I'm just saying, so Kat decides to finish up her tattoo, and she talks to Ryan about being in Urban Magazine, and of course Ryan, this where Ryan kind of really irritated me this episode because he's still just taking his stuff out on people a little bit. I mean, he wasn't really taking nothing out in this particular scene. Of course we're going to get to that later on, but Ryan, he's expressing how he, just kind of wants everybody to stay. He don't want Kat to leave, and, talking about family and everything. And he comes into the conversation, and Ryan starts explaining about his trust issues, about, how his, he goes into how his sister died, and, now his kids are, leaving and everything, and how, these people, at the shop have been there for him and everything, and he just doesn't want to lose them pretty much and have to start over with some new motherfuckers. And I get that, but well, we'll get to that in a minute. But moving on from that, they have a group meeting, and it's Charmaine versus Dawn yet again. Charmaine said, she says she gets this message from some random girl, telling her that, you making up these lies on Dawn and everything, and trying to ruin his and Ashley's relationship. I'm gonna beat your ass and this, that, and the third. Now, see, I can't stand these phone gangsters. Bitch, if you gonna beat the bitch ass, then fucking do it. Try it, bitch. Okay? Like, but in reality, regardless, like, it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That somebody's texting her, making threats and everything. And, you know, of course, Dawn is still trying to. Well, Charmaine feels like that Dawn was the one, he's going around telling people that she's lying and everything, and probably had this girl text her threatening her, and he probably was the one. I guarantee you. I am pretty 9 times out of 10, he probably was the one who set that whole thing up, which is really fucked up because y'all's work together and y'all gotta see each other every fucking day. And Don, for you to do that, if you did that, which I'm pretty sure you did, that's real fucked up. That's real fucked up for you. That's real fucked up of you to sit up here and have somebody threatening her when you fucked her. You fucked her and you're still not owning up to it. So but anyways, he, starts getting defensive, of course, as he always does, and starts over talking her, yelling at the top of his lungs, blah, blah, blah. Kat pulls her into the back, and, Danielle's also back there. And, Charmaine, she starts to kind of cry a little bit because it's like, she's like, somebody's making, like, she's like, the fact that Don is still lying about this shit, and the fact that he's, like, she would never do that to him, this, that, and the third, and the way he's treating her. And it's like, that just goes to show you can't fuck any and every nigga, Charmaine, especially a nigga that you work with. I'm gonna let y'all know something. You gotta be very skeptical of a nigga who says he got a baby mama, but they ain't fucking around no more. I mean, I'm not saying all niggas that has, no, matter of fact, yeah, all niggas that have baby mamas. Because niggas who have females who are the mother of their children, I'm just saying, I mean, not trying to say that Ashley is like, just a baby mama, but she kind of has some baby mama tendencies, when she always throws in the fact that, he ain't gonna be able to see his son no more. Like, that's when I have to kind of step back a little bit on being on her side, because you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But what was I saying? Oh, but yeah, like, she has some baby mama tendencies. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, usually niggas with baby mamas, they say that they ain't fucking with they baby mama no more. 9 times out of 10, they probably lying like shit, and it's really sad. But yeah, then when they get caught up, they be screaming later on how much they want their family and shit. Like, fuck out of here. You weren't thinking about your family when you was sticking your dick in Charmaine, okay? I'm just saying. So, where we at now? Okay, yeah, so moving on from that, we get a conversation with Van and Four, and basically Four, he's telling, Van that he's been getting, texts from, Kat, like, late night texts from Kat and everything, and, Van, he looking like, what? You been getting what? He looking, I'm kind of looking confused, too, because it's like, I mean, for you to be sitting up here saying you don't really want a relationship with Four, you don't want to fuck with him like that, like, you calling him at the freaknik hour, child. You calling him at the freaknik hour, and that's really not a good look. You starting to act like Charmaine. It's like, let me stop. No, I really like Charmaine, y'all. I really do, but it, I'm just mad that she let that nigga fuck her in the bathroom. That's all. I'm just, it's just the way that she kind of carried herself in that situation that just kind of irritated me. But I really do like Charmaine, y'all. I don't want y'all thinking I don't like her. I do. But yeah, so Four, he's confused or whatever. He's still feeling confused, like, Charmaine bored. Kat is, basically sending him mixed signals and everything, and he said that he hasn't responded to the text messages. Van's letting, basically saying, well, Van was saying in his confessionals that he was proud that or respected the fact that Ford didn't respond to the messages or whatever, but you know, he told Ford that he should have a conversation with Kat and to really see, one more time to see where her head is really at. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, I don't know, like I don't even feel like at this point Ford should have another conversation with her, for in my opinion, because it's kind of like it's very clear that Kat is confused. And when you're dealing with somebody that's very confused, you might want to just, your fallback game needs to be legendary when you're dealing with somebody who's confused and don't really know what the fuck they want. I'm just saying. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on. Let me get some water. Okay, so moving on from that, we get the Kat's photo shoot. And Ryan, of course, he's still kind of being salty, still throwing shots. And the photographer, he, makes the comment about how the guys are the props, or Kat's props for the shoot and everything. And Ryan, he in his confession, like, nigga, I ain't no prop. Like, the fuck? He didn't say all that. He just said that he wasn't nobody's prop. But yeah. So of course Ryan, he's still talking about loyalty. Hold on, let me make sure if I want to talk about that now or. Yeah. This is the perfect time for me to talk about this shit. Ryan is still throwing the word loyalty around and saying Kat has a different definition of loyalty than he does. And my thing is, Ryan, I really get that you have abandonment issues. I understand that. But at some point, you have to, like, get it the fuck together. Because you can't sit up here, if you really love and care about these people like you say you do, you can't be holding them back from what the fuck they want to do. That's not loyalty. That's not loyalty, holding your people's back just because you don't want them to go, you don't want to work with some new niggas. Loyalty is, long as no matter how much you and a person talk, if that person has never made you question their loyalty, and y'all may not always talk, but if that person is there when you need them, or make sure they get back to you as soon as they see a call or a text message from you, that's loyalty. That's loyalty. Just because if they decide to leave or something, or all of a sudden they not loyal no more. Like, and you as a boss should want to see your employees move forward in life and get bigger in life. Especially if you calling these people your fam. You should want them to move up in life, Ryan. Like, you being really selfish, and it's not cool. It's not cool at all. But moving on from that, Kat was saying basically how she dropped out of college during her senior year. I said, your senior year? Bitch, you couldn't have just held out for a little bit longer to get your damn degree. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kat, she does, we see, it's evident, she does some good work. And we see why she dropped out. But it's just like, damn, you still could have had that degree and been a tattoo artist. But I digress. moving on. We get to Don and Ashley. Ashley throwing Don's shit out, and Don, he starts yelling. She's saying like, she starts saying like, I want to be there. Like, why can't I be there at the shop? I want to see what's going on and da da da. And that's when Don starts yelling and saying, I'm a grown ass man. Why you gotta see my every move and da da da, this, that, and the third. And it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, even though Don is a trifling ass motherfucker, but you being at the shop ain't gonna stop the nigga from cheating if he wants to cheat. Because he's still gonna find a way to do it. And that's what I wish Ashley would understand. Because if he ain't gonna do it at the shop, he gonna do it somewhere else. And cheating ain't always gotta be a sexual thing. You could be at the shop with him and he could be texting some bitch on his phone. But like I said, Don's yelling. He starts hitting the wall and shit. Like he always do. That nigga I'm sorry, that nigga got a serious anger problem that he really need to get in check before he end up killing somebody. And I'm not even playing right about now. I'm dead ass. Dead fucking ass. And so he walks out. Ashley starts saying like he, starts crying and everything and talking about how he's always cheating and how she dealt with this before, and she doesn't want to raise her son in a single parent home or some shit like that she was saying, and how she supposed to want to marry Don, and he still, I mean, it don't seem like Don want to marry you, to be quite honest. His actions damn sure ain't speaking it. And then Don gonna have the nerve to sit up here and talk about he wants DJ, his son, to know how to love, and they gotta start with him and Ashley. Motherfucker, how the fuck is your son gonna know how to love and you don't even know how to fucking love? You don't even know how to love. Cause you don't know how to love his fucking mother. Like, how do you expect him to learn something that you don't even know how to fucking do? Until you learn it, he ain't gonna have it. I'm sorry. Gonna have the nerve to talk about something he want to teach. He want DJ to know how to love some. Fuck out of here, Don, with that bullshit. Cause you don't know how to do it. So we get the last scene. Ryan and Van, they start talking again about Van's court or jail situation, and they start talking about how, being a black man, and how the system tries to keep you down, that kind of business. And then Ryan talks about his gun case that he had back in 2009, and next thing you know, this is when the nigga has the meltdown. And I'm just like, he just starts popping off. Kat is trying to talk to him. He's being so cold to her, so rude to her. And we as we all know, everything is weighing down on him, being, him feeling like he's going to be abandoned and all this other stuff. Ryan gets into it with one of his friends. I think the nigga name was Fred Money. I want to say that's his name. I don't know. It sounds like that's what they said. They start getting into it. And is it me, or like, did Fred Money just come at Van all of a sudden? Like, cause the only thing that Van said was y'all crazy. From what I seen. Now maybe I could have had my head down trying to take notes, but it seemed like that's all Fred said. I mean, Fred. That's all that Van said was y'all crazy. And that's when this nigga Fred Money start yapping his motherfucking gums. I said, if you don't sit your bitch ass down somewhere coming at Van like that, I I like Van, y'all. I like him. Like I said, I really feel like he's a nice guy. Okay, like, don't come at Van. He's, like, how can you just come at Van? He seems like just a nice, cuddly teddy bear. Like, you just squeeze all day long. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying he would do that, because, that would be, like, gay. But, y'all get my drift? Oh, I had the nerve to come at Van, popping all this shit. And that's where Van snaps. And he about to whip that nigga ass, and they grab him and everything. Everybody jumps in and tries to stop some shit before some shit happen. And then Ryan starts popping off on Van like as if Van was the one who started the shit. I'm like, no, nigga, you need to check your man's Fred money, fraud money, whatever the fuck his name is. So then Ryan, he's still, going off. He's still being mean to Kat, saying she ain't loyal and all this other bullshit. And the episode ends with him still talking about his issues, whatever. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Love you. Mwah.